Take a good look at these warehouses. While they may seem like any ordinary warehouses storing machinery or supplies, what's inside is something a privileged few have ever seen. It's a sneak peek at the future, because what's being developed inside these ordinary warehouses holds the key to a technological revolution that is about to transform the global economy. A technology that experts project to soar 77,400% as it explodes from a $4 billion industry into a $3.1 trillion mega industry over time. The Economist hails this as the next big thing, and Fortune says it will change the world. Mark Andreessen, creator of the world's first web browser, even calls it the most important technology since the internet itself. The fact is, this technology could disrupt every industry on the planet, from real estate to banking to healthcare, and from shipping to insurance to automobile. Over $400 trillion in various industries will be forever transformed. Make no mistake, what's happening inside warehouses like these at this very moment is going to hit the reset button on all human activity. Every record we generate, every dollar spent, every visit to the doctor, in sum, everything we do is about to improve. It's going to make life easier, wealthier, and more joyous for everyone. And any company that harnesses this technology will thrive. Which is why the biggest companies are rushing to get a head start, already pumping $4.5 billion into this little-known technology. Companies such as JP Morgan, American Express, Thomson Reuters, Intel, Walmart, Nestle, Hitachi, IBM, and Dole, to name a few. And it's not just public companies. Worldwide, more than 90% of government organizations have plans to invest in this technology by the end of this year. Bottom line, early investors have a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become extremely rich, extremely quick. And you can get started with this. A simple $10 investment. Because I have identified the one company at the center of it all that is the absolute best way to take advantage of this fast emerging opportunity. Investing in this company today could be like scooping up Microsoft in March 1986, before the dawn of the PC revolution sent its stock price up 80,962%, or like buying Intel in September 1990, just before the rise of the internet exploded demand for its microprocessors and made early investors 7,021%. And it could be even better than investing in Amazon in March 2001, just before it began to dominate the global retail industry, sending the stock soaring 15,590%. In a moment, for the first time ever, I will show you what's inside this type of warehouse, pictures, videos, and more, so you can see this technology for yourself, giving you the chance to get in for massive gains. But I must warn you, if you want the best chance for the biggest gains, you will want to take action by the end of this month, when a major announcement is expected to catapult this technology into mass adoption practically overnight. Now is the time to set yourself up for a potential multi-million-dollar windfall, the kind of windfall that will allow you to take that dream vacation you always wanted, to set your children up for life, or to buy that home you've always dreamed of. Frankly, if this investment plays out the way I expect it to, you can do all of the above. However, before I show you why I expect you could turn this $10 bill into a fortune, it's important for you to know who I am, how I've made millions pinpointing opportunities just like this, and why I believe this opportunity is bigger than any other I've seen during my 3-decade career on Wall Street. My name is Paul Mampilly. My career started in 1991 as an assistant portfolio manager at Bankers Trust. I quickly advanced to prominent positions at Deutsche Bank and ING, managing multi-million-dollar accounts. In 2006, I was recruited by the two owners of a $6 billion firm to be the key manager of their hedge fund. Soon after I joined, the firm's assets under management soared to $25 billion. everyone took notice. Barron's named us as one of the world's best funds, and Kiplinger ranked us in the top 25. I was even invited to take part in a prestigious investment competition to see what I could do with $50 million. Well, in 1 year, I was able to make a 76% return. Not too bad, considering I did this during the 2008 economic crisis. And I did it without shorting stocks or making risky bets. I won the competition and was thrust into the limelight. I've appeared on CNBC, Fox Business News, and Bloomberg TV. And yes, you've likely seen me in one of these programs before. After making my fortune in stocks, I retired at the age of 42 and moved into a country home located on the outskirts of Raleigh, North Carolina. Fact is, I never did fit in on Wall Street. I quickly grew tired of the corporate greed, tired of the 16-hour workdays. Most of all, I was tired of missing the time I needed to be spending with my family. So I walked away when I knew we had plenty of money to live on. Today, I have the privilege of bringing my kids to school and watching them compete in fencing and playing the piano. Of course, I'm still an investor. Investing has been ingrained in my mind since I was a child, when my father explained to me that it was the best way to get out of India's rat race, where few can escape the lower class. Indeed, it was my father who worked endlessly to put me in a private school and opened the doors to an American college. Perhaps that's why today investing has taken a unique turn for me. You see, when I was on Wall Street, I made money for the 1%, such as European aristocracy, Swiss private banks, and for the Royal Bank of Scotland, helping them turn millions into billions. But now I help Main Street Americans find ways to turn modest investments into life-changing fortunes. And I'm doing it in a way that is truly revolutionary. I'm allowing people to virtually look over my shoulder at my own model portfolio so they can know exactly what to buy, when to buy, and when to sell. I'm also letting them in on my private chats with business insiders so they can essentially be there with me as new opportunities unfold. It's truly exciting. Thousands of people are already following my revolutionary investment research. But don't take my word for it. Listen to what they have to say.
We're up, about 32,600 thus far, so that's big for us, really big, and we're so grateful.
Since August of 2016, I've made about $100,000. Thank you so much for just changing my life.
My initial investment was $8,000. The $8,000 turned into $164,000. Rather than having an analyst or a few analysts working for you, you guys are doing the work I don't have the time to do. So that's what I like.
The total I made on that trade was $123,000. I'm by no means a rich person, so the amount of money I've made on that one trade in a year and a half is a really big deal. It's on its way to being a life-changing game.
My snapshot is showing me just one stock position. That's 548.64%. I am putting all my faith in you.
I'm up 25% over the last 2 months, which equates to about $25,000, and I'm exceptionally happy.
In just a few moments from now, you too will see how you can join the likes of Carl, Tom, and David. But you could make even more than they did, because there's a brief window of opportunity for you to invest in the one company at the forefront of this technology that is projected to soar 77,400%, exploding from a $4 billion industry into a $3.1 trillion mega industry. You can get started with around $10, but to get the biggest returns, you will want to get in before the end of the month, when I expect a major announcement to be made. And it's all tied back to what's taking place inside ordinary warehouses just like this. I know that may sound extreme. Perhaps you think I am too optimistic. But please understand, over the course of my career, I've made a lot of people a lot of money. Yet, most have never even seen my personal gains. I'm going to show them to you now, not to brag, but rather to assure you that when I say a technology is on the brink of surging, you can have full confidence in me. For instance, I uncovered a stock by the name of Sarepta Therapeutics when it was in the infancy stage of developing a drug to treat muscular dystrophy. Take a look. I invested in April 2012 and sold just 8 months later, making a 2,539% gain. And while most people were skeptical of Netflix in 2008, I wasn't. I knew the future of TV was streaming online video. I invested in October 2008 and sold in May 2010, making a 634% gain. I also saw a huge opportunity in Universal Display when it created organic LED technology. I discovered the opportunity very early on, buying in September 2008 and selling in April 2011, pocketing a 293% gain. As you can see, the list of triple-digit winners goes on and on. I made 264% on Stratasys, 696% on Ariad Pharmaceuticals, and a 355% gain on Exact Sciences Corporation. I cashed out with a 279% gain on Facebook, and I made a 327% gain on Olympus. I made a 298% gain on Whole Foods, a 268% gain on CMAX, and a 738% gain on Core Mining in 7 months. These 11 stocks made cumulative gains of 6,692%, enough to turn every $10,000 investment into $669,200. Again, I'm showing you these gains not to brag, but rather to prove to you that when it comes to identifying and seizing opportunities in the tech industry, I know what I'm doing, and I've never seen an opportunity like this. It easily could be bigger than all of those gains I just mentioned combined. In a moment, I will even show you pictures of what's going on inside warehouses like the one I showed you earlier, and explain how scooping up one little-known stock for a mere $10 could be like buying Microsoft, Intel, and Amazon before they shot up 81,000%, 7,000%, and 15,000%. You will see why this industry is set to explode 77,400% higher, and why this one company is set to ride the wave, making those who get in now massive fortunes. But first, I need to let you in on a secret. It's the secret that helped me make those 6,692% in cumulative gains I showed you earlier. You see, most investors, Main Street and Wall Street alike, ignore history, especially when it comes to technology. But that's foolish. When it comes to technology, history always repeats itself because every technology follows what's called the acceptance curve. Take a look for yourself. It has 3 phases. Phase 1 is innovation. This is when a new technology comes to market. It's the make it or break it phase. Many technologies never make it out of this phase because they never gain mass appeal. Phase 2 is the acceptance phase, when a technology is accepted by the masses. The final phase is saturation. At this point, practically everyone uses the technology and the biggest profits have been made. So as you can imagine, if you really want to make a killing, you want to invest right here at the start of the acceptance phase and get out here when the market has saturated. Find a company with a breakthrough technology that's on the cusp of entering the acceptance phase, and generational wealth can be made. Just like the company I'm going to tell you about today. Hence the urgency and the enthusiasm with this message. This innovative company is at the forefront of this technological revolution, and I want you to have the opportunity to make life-changing gains. Understanding this very simple diagram is what allowed me to spot Sarepta Therapeutics as it was entering phase 2, the acceptance phase, and I made gains of 2,539%. It's the same thing for Netflix. Remember how everyone questioned if online video streaming could ever make it? That was phase 1. Phase 2 is when everyone started subscribing. That's when you want in. Profits are to be had and the majority of the risk is off the table. I made 634% on that trade. Same for Universal Display. LED lights were about to enter phase 2, the acceptance phase. so I invested and walked away with a 293% gain before LED went into the saturation phase. Nearly all of my gains have been made this way. Of course, the trick is to know when a technology is going from phase 1 to phase 2. That's why I still wake up at 5 a.m. every morning to do research, and it's still why I have all the connections that I have. For example, my Rolodex includes New York Times best-selling finance author Nassim Nicholas Taleb, Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman, and the man who decoded the human genome, Craig Venter. I've even met the founders of Gilead Sciences, Vertex Pharmaceuticals, and Alexion Pharmaceuticals, among many others. My point is, I know without a shadow of a doubt that this new technological revolution that is being developed inside these warehouses is on the verge of entering the acceptance phase. I'll show you the photos from the inside in a moment. The fact is, my sources are clear. Mass adoption is just weeks away. Smart money is pouring in. For example, Sir Richard Branson called this technology an economic revolution. Mark Andreessen went public saying, "The consequences of this breakthrough are hard to overstate." Steve Wozniak went on record saying, "This technology is the future." Hence why the biggest companies are rushing to get a head start, already pumping in $4.5 billion into this technology. Companies such as Google, Overstock, JP Morgan, American Express, Thomson Reuters, Intel, Walmart, Nestle, Hitachi, and Dole, to name a few. IBM has pledged to openly lead this technological revolution. Microsoft has launched a multi-million-dollar project to promote this new technology, stating, "We are seeing a lot of momentum and excitement in this space." And the CEO of NASDAQ called it the biggest opportunity we can think of over the next decade or so. And it's not just tech companies. America's 10 largest banks have already invested $267 million into companies behind this innovation. Bank of America has quietly filed at least 43 patents related to this technology. 13 major banks, including HSBC and ING Bank, have joined a coalition to incorporate this technology into their own systems. JP Morgan, Credit Suisse, and Barclays are scrambling to start their own adoption projects. Fidelity Investments declares this technology will change the world. Last year, less than 15% of all banks used this tech. Now, 80% of financial companies expect to adopt it within the next 24 months. Add to that a recent study by IBM that revealed that 90% of all governments worldwide are moving to implement this technology by the end of this year. Now, what I'm about to say next is huge. It's why you need to invest in this company now, today. According to my sources, by the end of this month, 2,500 financial firms will use this technology for their trades. You see, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, also known as the DTCC, just took a giant leap to implement this technology. Now, most people have never heard of the DTCC because it operates behind the scenes on Wall Street. Yet, it handles record-keeping and payments for $11 trillion in assets and is used by over 2,500 financial firms in more than 70 countries. In short, the entire global economy is dependent on the DTCC. The CEO, Michael Bodson, told Forbes, and I quote, "This will be one of the first major rollouts globally where we are using this new technology. It expects to launch this plan in just weeks. My research shows it could be as early as the end of this month. Once the technology passes this vital step, adoption is going to go parabolic very quickly. That's why I believe this technology is right here on the acceptance curve. It's moving from phase 1 to phase 2. That means if you want the chance to ride the 77,400% wave, you will want to get in now. In a moment, I will explain why scooping up this stock for around a mere $10 is like buying Microsoft at the dawn of the PC revolution, before it made investors 80,962%. Intel, just before the rise of the internet, exploded demand for microprocessors, sending its stock up 7,021%. And Amazon, before it conquered the global retail industry, handing early investors 15,590%. Wall Street is starting to take this opportunity very seriously, which is why when companies merely mention this technology, their stocks explode higher. Let's take a look at a few. Video game maker Veltico mentioned this disruptive technology in a press release. Within minutes, its stock leapt 20%. Bioptics, a small biotech firm, announced it was adopting this technology, and its stock price shot up 50%. Stapleton Capital stock got a 130% bump. India Globalization Capital, a rare heavy equipment rental and real estate management company, saw its stock blast upward 147%. Even the 100-year-old film company Eastman Kodak's share price more than doubled when its leadership mentioned this new tech. Beverage maker Long Island Iced Tea stock price instantly tripled. Online PLC stock blasted 394% higher after it announced it was going to use this disruptive new technology. And Glance Technology stock exploded more than 1,000% after mentioning it was going to use this new technology, even after it posted a $2.2 million loss. Longfin Corp, a $2 billion company, got a massive 2,600% bump when it mentioned using this incredible technology. Over the last year, some 30 publicly traded companies announced they were putting this breakthrough technology to use, and their stocks surged 265% on average. Clearly, we're talking about something that is beginning to have a major impact on Wall Street. Investors are absolutely chomping at the bit to get in. But I'm not recommending you invest in any of these companies. Their stocks might go up nicely, but none of them will come close to benefiting from this technological revolution as much as this one company at the forefront of it all. Because for all of these companies to be successful, they will need to have access to technology being developed inside warehouses across the country. It's time I show you what's happening inside these walls and explain exactly what this technology is. Here's another picture. It's an inside look. What you are seeing is a network of machines that are the infrastructure behind blockchain. In sum, blockchain is the new technology that uses global computer networks to secure information more safely and permanently than ever thought possible. Now, I could talk until I'm blue in the face explaining what blockchain is, and most people still won't get it. I know because I've done it many times now. Instead, let me quickly explain it using an example of something you may be more familiar with. Remember this device? It's called an Enigma machine. During World War II, it was used to code and decode secret messages. It was a secret language of sorts. Like the Enigma machines, the machines in this warehouse use a secret language to secure information. But the secret language of blockchain is so advanced, so incredibly complex, it would take the world's most powerful supercomputers more than 1 billion years to crack it. Yes, 1 billion years. Because once information is processed through the blockchain, it is locked into every computer in the network at the same time, creating a permanent, unalterable digital record. Once the data is locked in, no one can change it, not even the companies that design or run these machines. This is a game changer. For the first time in human history, we can create a permanent record of every transaction governed by the immutable laws of mathematics. In the words of PC Magazine, think of blockchain as a historical fabric recording everything that happens, every digital transaction, exchange of value, goods and services, or private data, exactly as it occurs. Then the chain stitches that data into encrypted blocks that can never be modified and scatters the pieces across a worldwide network of computers. This impenetrable fabric makes fraud, hacking, data theft, and information loss impossible. It's going to make electronic transactions simpler, faster, and more secure than ever before. So just like the Enigma machines kept military data safe decades ago, this modern-day Enigma machine, blockchain, will keep all digital information that ever enters it safe, secure, and unalterable forever. Blockchain is so powerful, it is spreading rapidly into every area of our lives. Worldwide, more than 90% of governments have plans to invest in this technology by the end of this year, according to an IBM report. The Center for Disease Control is planning to use blockchain to keep more accurate and easy to access medical data, potentially saving thousands of lives. Governments around the world are in the early stages of using it to manage real estate titles. In fact, the state of Vermont recently authorized the first ever real estate transaction on a blockchain. You can see the document here. Shipping companies are already using it to manage their supply chains. Penske, FedEx, and dozens of other companies have signed on to the Blockchain and Transport Alliance. Small companies will go public and raise capital directly on a blockchain, eliminating the need for initial public offerings and paying Wall Street's exorbitant fundraising costs. Even fundamental government functions like voting and recording marriage licenses could be done on a blockchain network in just a few years. Blockchain is already being deployed in the Internet of Things technology that is expected to advance our way of life. This alone will be a multi-trillion-dollar boost. And this list is just the tip of the iceberg. I know it's still hard to fully understand, just like when computers came out and they explained that it was like a typewriter, and when the internet came out and people explained that it was like the Yellow Pages, and when Amazon came out and people explained it was like a Sears catalog online. But as we know now, these technologies became much more than typewriters, Yellow Pages, and Sears catalogs. They changed our way of life. Blockchain will do the same thing. It's like no other technological revolution we've seen in our lifetime. It's replacing the decades-old foundation of virtually every industry in the world. Everything you do, every bank transaction, every shipment tracked, every record made will be recorded on a blockchain network, on millions of machines just like you see here, humming away in the background, and you won't even know it. With all of these projects underway and billions of dollars invested, it is becoming clearer that blockchain technology is just the beginning. It's projected to surge 77,400%. Again, take a look. It's right here on the acceptance curve, so it's on the cusp of entering phase 2. In a moment, I will detail the number one stock to buy before this technology explodes higher, because buying this stock today with a mere $10 bill could set you up for gains of 7,000%, 15,000%, or even 81,000%. As I just mentioned, this revolution is identical to 3 other major technical innovations: the rise of computers, the internet, and online shopping. And getting in now will be like investing in Microsoft, Intel, or Amazon, as their companies drove major innovations and their stock prices boomed. Let's take a look at these charts again. If you were to invest in Microsoft back in March 1986, at the dawn of the PC revolution, a $1,000 investment would be worth $810,620, an increase of 80,962%. If you were to invest in Intel on September 21st, 1990, you could have gotten in for just $1.03 a share. And as the internet began to enter the acceptance phase, Intel's chips became a key part of millions of electronic devices, from cell phones to military-grade supercomputers. By July 17, 2000, Intel's stock price had shot up to $73.16, and every $1,000 invested would have turned into $71,210. That's a return of 7,021%. And Amazon disrupted the retail industry, making it faster, cheaper, and easier for consumers to buy almost every imaginable product. Amazon stock was only worth $10 back on March 2nd, 2001, when it was just another online bookseller. But if you had known it was entering the acceptance phase and invested $1,000, last month your investment would have turned into $156,900. That's an increase of 15,590%. The bottom line, disruptive technologies like blockchain can make investors rich safely when they get in at the start of phase 2, when the technology is entering the acceptance phase. Because this technology is expected to explode from a $4 billion industry into a $3.1 trillion mega industry as it surges ahead in the coming years. That's 77,400% growth. And I have identified a single company positioned perfectly to profit from this explosive growth, the one company at the center of the blockchain revolution. And it all comes back to warehouses like this that tech startups and corporate giants have built across the country, and the blockchain technology being developed inside it. Inside these warehouses are all these machines, and just like Microsoft software became the industry standard on what a computer should run with, I believe this company's microchip is essential to the success of blockchain technology. Led by a PhD from MIT with 25 years of leadership in the microprocessor business, this California-based company has already claimed more than half of the blockchain market by itself and is demolishing its competitors in this space. The net revenue for this company has shot up to $5.3 billion last year alone, blasting through expectations. But it's just getting started because it is the only major chip maker to have signed an exclusive agreement with the largest blockchain user in existence and more than 250 of its major corporate partners, including Bancorp, CME Group, Credit Suisse, Deloitte, Hewlett-Packard, JP Morgan, and Microsoft. The best part is the stock is still trading around $10 right now. It's positioned perfectly to see its sales go through the roof as this industry surges 77,400%. If it grabs just half of that growth, you could turn a $1,000 grub stake into more than $250,000. But with such a huge head start, it could be much bigger than that. Of course, as with all investing, nothing is guaranteed. I never recommend investing more than you can afford to lose. But frankly, I've never seen an opportunity like this in my life. You need to consider investing with both hands, which is why I've put all the details in a special briefing called Blockchain Fortunes, the company at the cusp of a 77,400% windfall. You can have it. It's yours for free. It tells you everything you need to know about this innovative company, its technology, and how it will dominate the blockchain market, giving you the chance to turn a small grub stake into a fortune. But you will want to get in before the end of the month to make the biggest gains. Remember, blockchain just passed its infancy stage where people are past learning about it and are now implementing concrete plans to use it. From real estate to banking to healthcare, and from shipping to insurance to automobile, over 400 trillion in various industries are rushing to get in. The biggest companies have already pumped in $4.5 billion. Companies like JP Morgan, American Express, Thomson Reuters, Intel, Walmart, Nestle, Hitachi, and Dole, to name a few. Worldwide, more than 90% of governments have plans to invest in this technology by the end of this year. And the DTCC, which handles record-keeping and payments worth $11 trillion and is used by 2,500 financial firms, expects to start using blockchain in the near future. Never has so much money flooded into one niche in history, and this company is perfectly positioned to capture the lion's share of this business. As it leaps into the technology scene with terrific force, this firm is setting itself up for profits like we've seen from Microsoft, Intel, and Amazon. And I have no doubt if you invest in this company today, you could reap similar profits of 81,000, 7,000, and 15,000%. There is simply no time to waste. This fast-moving shift to blockchain is just beginning, and the time to take action is now. Again, my report, Blockchain Fortunes, the company at the cusp of a 77,400% windfall, is yours absolutely free to keep for life. Why? Well, because it's what my father taught me to do. I wouldn't be where I am at today if it weren't for him. He sacrificed a lot to put me into a private school, which paved a path to an American college, which opened doors to Wall Street, and eventually led me to becoming a U.S. citizen, something I am very proud of. I spent 20 years helping the wealthy elite turn millions of dollars into billions of dollars. Now I'm spending the rest of my life showing Main Street Americans, like you, how they can turn thousands of dollars into hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, it started with my friend Sarah. When she inherited $500,000 from her father, she was terrified. Her father had worked hard, and the last thing she wanted to do was lose it. She needed help and turned to me. She knew my track record of success and knew that I hate risk. I agreed to help Sarah navigate the market. Soon after, Sarah doubled her money, making over $550,000. She's used those gains to pay off her mortgage and buy a second home. Best of all, she no longer worries about money. After helping Sarah, the desire to help others was fueled. So I contacted an independent financial publishing firm. I was a bit surprised that no introduction was needed. The CEO at the firm already knew everything about me, how the hedge fund I managed grew to $25 billion, leading to Barron's calling it one of the world's best. They had also heard how a prestigious investment competition crowned me as the winner when I made 76% returns in 2008. We discussed a new, revolutionary way for people to get access to me, my model portfolio, my insight, and my guidance on a regular basis. We immediately hit it off and started a unique research advisory service called Profits Unlimited. This research service allows you to look over my shoulder, to see my model portfolio, to send you alerts when it's time to buy or sell, to get weekly updates directly from my computer to yours, and so much more. The moment you become a member of Profits Unlimited, you'll get access to my research and all of the investment opportunities I uncover each and every month. To be real specific, as a member of Profits Unlimited, you will receive access to my model portfolio. This portfolio includes every stock that's on my buy now list. I will typically recommend a new stock every month. The portfolio will tell you what to buy, at what price to buy it, and when to sell. To be clear, the portfolio will not just focus on blockchain or tech stocks. I focus on all sectors of the market. If there is a chance to make unlimited profits, I'm going to find it and recommend it. You will also get weekly updates. With these weekly updates, you will never be left in the dark. Every Tuesday, I will send you a short audio recording along with an email updating you on our current positions and what's happening in the markets. And when it is time to make a trade, I will send you trade alerts via email. The email will tell you exactly what to do. And with today's technology, if you choose to invest, you could make the trade over your phone, desktop, or tablet. It's that easy. My monthly briefings are my favorite part. Every month, I dive into a specific topic through an 8-page report. Usually, this topic revolves around a new investment I am targeting. I essentially take you with me as I meet with industry insiders and show you what I find as I conduct my forensic investigation on the company. You will also receive 24/7 access to my website. I keep all my latest information on an encrypted website that members can access anytime, anywhere. And of course, you get a dedicated customer service team. If you ever have questions about your membership, simply give one of my team members a call. They will walk you through whatever you need. Again, once you join Profits Unlimited, you will get all of this. Essentially, you gain access to me. Like Sarah, you will never have to worry about another stock market crash wiping out your portfolio. You will no longer have to settle for paltry returns from funds weighed down by management fees, and you will no longer have to second-guess your decisions. I've already been able to help thousands of people. Here's a quick look at the life-changing gains I've helped one couple achieve. Thanks to just a few of my recommendations, Mr. and Mrs. James Barrett achieved gains of more than $1.5 million. But there are so many more.
If Paul says it, I do it. That's how I feel about Paul.
The success rate that Paul has is just amazing.
My portfolio on average is over 78%, and I have a few positions that are in the triple digits.
He gives with the very good recommendations, the research he does and the way he gives us the newsletter, the in-depth knowledge that he gives, we get so educated.
His track record, I think, speaks for itself. He's incredibly gifted, very, very smart.
Every day is exciting, enjoy reading, studying, and just a great service.
He gave me the courage and the strength to take my 401k from a previous company and roll it over into a self-directed so that I can use his strategies.
They just give me consistent performance, and consistent performance is something I haven't had in my portfolio in a very long time.
I have so many more responses from readers. I can't mention them all now. Profits like these can be yours too. In just a few moments, you will have the chance to book strings of profits like these. 2,539% gains on Sarepta Therapeutics, 634% gains on Netflix, 293% gains on Universal Display Corp, 264% gains on Stratasys, 696% gains on Ariad Pharmaceuticals, and more. And while I'm thrilled these winners made cumulative gains of 6,692%, I'm confident they will look puny compared to what's ahead. With events quickly unfolding before our eyes, there's never been a better time to join Profits Unlimited than now. I don't want anything holding you back from what's at hand. Helping you achieve an immense amount of wealth is my new mission. It brings me great joy to know that I can help others achieve their financial dreams, which is why I have kept the cost to join Profits Unlimited at the lowest level possible. While people have paid me literally millions of dollars for my expertise, you don't have to shell out a lot of money. I've made my money. That's not why I'm doing this. The normal price is $199 for a one-year membership. However, I don't want you to have to pay that much, which is why I'm giving this service to you for what it costs me and the company that publishes my research to produce it. Just $97 for a one-year membership. Frankly, I believe it's a steal at that price. The special report I promised you today has a $199 value by itself. But I know many Americans don't have it easy right now. Plus, the dollar sure doesn't go as far as it used to. So to eliminate any and all barriers that could prevent you from joining, here's what I've decided to do. I want to make a one-year membership to Profits Unlimited available to the first 1,000 people today for only $47. That's less than a dinner for two at your local steakhouse. However, I know we just met, so you might be leery about joining my Profits Unlimited research service right now. And again, I don't want anything keeping you away from your shot at these massive gains. That's why I'm going to remove any last bit of doubt you might have about joining me in the next minute by giving you a 100% satisfaction guarantee. To be crystal clear, I want you to take the next 12 months to review everything I'm giving you access to, my model portfolio, my weekly updates, my trade alerts, and monthly briefings. And if I don't live up to your highest expectations, simply call the member services team and I promise you'll receive every penny of your $47 membership fee back. Plus, you can keep all of the reports you will receive today. It doesn't get any easier, any more risk-free than that. If you'd like to join me through the technology revolution ahead, and I hope you do, and all the best profit opportunities I uncover as they emerge, the best thing to do now is sign up for Profits Unlimited today. I pledge that I will do my absolute best to find stocks on the verge of massive moves that you won't hear about from the mainstream media, or anywhere else for that matter. But I'm not going to stop there. There are several other opportunities to make double, triple, and even quadruple digit gains over the next few years. To help you capture those opportunities, I have 2 additional reports to give you. The second report is called 5 Technology Stocks That Will Power the Next Industrial Revolution. Each of these companies are at the epicenter of an industry that experts say will ignite the second industrial revolution, an industry that's expected to surge 8,000% in the next 3 years. One is a Massachusetts firm that is pioneering a whole new robotics field that is expected to soar from $100 million to $3 billion by 2020. Another company has software that's leading the charge for driverless cars. It's expected to grow 134% every year for the next 6 years. Another company has a patented technology that's revolutionizing the manufacturing industry. As this field develops, the money here will be breathtaking. All of these cutting-edge buy-now companies are detailed in my second report, 5 Technology Stocks That Will Power the Next Industrial Revolution. The third report is called The Company Leading the $19 Trillion Revolution. My research has led me to a firm that stands to hand early investors massive profits as the Internet of Things takes off. Formed in the mid-90s, this European-based company CEO is a 40-year high-tech pioneer, and he's using his industry contacts to lock in some stellar contracts. In the last few months, Apple, Samsung, and several Chinese manufacturers have already signed on to his firm's sensors. Even if only a small portion of the $19 trillion flows towards this $5 billion firm, the growth will be through the roof. 8,000% growth is being conservative. To give you an edge, I've put all the details in your special briefing, The Company Leading the $19 Trillion Revolution. This report tells you everything you need to know about this innovative company, its sensors and how it will dominate its market, and how you could make a fortune investing with it. So to sum up, here's everything you get today. And all 3 of these reports are yours absolutely free to keep forever, just for taking the chance on Profits Unlimited. Thank you so much for watching this important presentation. I sincerely hope you'll take me up on this offer. I'm confident you'll find that joining Profits Unlimited is the best financial move you'll ever make. That's because I know the blockchain revolution will spawn more millionaires than any event in history, and I want you to be among the few who will have the opportunity to make a lifetime's worth of gains in a matter of months. And it starts with the one company that's at the center of it all. It's like getting in on Microsoft, Intel, and Amazon before their meteoric rise. But you need to act fast. The speed at which this emerging opportunity is moving will pass by those who hesitate. It just crossed over from the innovation phase to the acceptance phase, and 77,400% growth is in the making. Just click on the orange button below to get started. This once-in-a-lifetime opportunity is yours for the taking. I urge you to take advantage of it today. I look forward to having you on board.